So this is another review of a follower's gear, and we are gonna start with infantry. And on the left, you can see that the jacket is a T1 red or legendary 1 star, and on the right, the pants are T1 mythic no stars or gold, and so he's obviously focused a lot more heavily on the jacket than he has the pants. And I prefer, and I've read that it is, a better idea to have them be more balanced left to right, just as you build up your gear to try to keep both sides rather than be really lopsided. But if we look down at the marksman ring and staff, you can see that he's got T1 2 stars, mythic or gold, and then T1 no stars. So those are pretty close in line. And then the lancers are exactly in line. It's T1 gold and T1 gold. So I know that this person is in an older state than me. And so what I think has happened is he upgraded his jacket to T1 mythic 3 stars. No, T2 mythic 3 stars, which is gold, so that he could open up the Chief Gear exchange shop when he hit Gen 5. I'm confident he's already past Gen 5. He's probably in Gen 7 right now, based on the age of his state, at least Gen 7. I can't remember exactly what number his state was, but so he's at least in Gen 7, maybe Gen 8. But he has, I think what he did is he upgraded his jacket to get to where he could access the Chief Gear exchange shop. And then he just upgraded it a couple more times after that, because you go to legendary right after that. So I think that that's probably what he did. What I would recommend he do moving forward is that he not touch the jacket for a bit, and he bring the pants up to T1 1 star legendary, so that they're even with the jacket, so that both of those are legendary. And then I would bring up the marksman and the lancer gear up to where they are also legendary before he touches anything. The exception is if he is like a garrison king, if he is who they rely on to lead a garrison for castles or turrets or something, then I might have a different conversation about that. But assuming he's just kind of an all-around player and he's not expected to be solo, like primarily attacking or primarily defending, if he's just kind of an all-around player, then I would say that's what I would do, is not touch the jacket, bring up the pants to T1 1 star red, bring up the I would probably do marksman next, and bring up the marksman to legendary, and then the lancer gear to legendary, and then I would go into the infantry and bring them up 1 more star, get them to T1 2 stars, and then bring the marksman gear up. Though one thing I would say is he could probably bring his marksman gear up to where it's 1 or 2 stars below his infantry, or his lancers. Like he could get it a lot closer than just legendary, right, where it's just red. He could get it to T1 red, no stars, and before he brings up his jacket and pants to T1 2 stars. Like he could get him pretty close, and then he would be even more balanced. But he is, given his state, he's probably not one of the stronger. I'm gonna guess, and I don't know hardly anything about this person, but I'm gonna guess that he is either free to play, completely free to play, or he's a very low spin player. Like the monthly pass, that kind of low spin player. I'm gonna guess he does not spend a lot of money on this game given the state he's in and his current power and gear. So I would definitely, knowing that, I would say that having his infantry be a little stronger than his marksmen and lancers probably makes sense, because he needs to have somewhat of a defensive advantage if he is having to fight people that are strong or being attacked by people that are stronger than him. He's going to want to have a little bit of a defensive advantage. I don't know that he's going out and attacking a bunch of people during BIA or SVS, maybe. And if that's the case, then that we might need to have a different discussion. But I think having a strong infantry really makes sense for him, given the type of power he has and the type of player I think he is. Next, we're going to look at his charms, and starting with the ones that I tend to prioritize. We see that it's 676, which is good for marksman, and then over here it's 555. So what I would like to see is that this side, the left side, be brought up to be even to the right side. The right side brought up to be even with the left side. Sorry, I had to make the little L. I forget which is my right and left. And then we're going to go to lancers, because we rely on our lancers to be our killing machines, especially when we are in a garrison, because if you do 60-40, your lancers are going to do most of the killing. So we want them. And so these are 5, and over here is 5. So I think probably what he has done is he has gone ahead and started upgrading these. These were probably pretty even as he upgraded them. Whoops. And then he has started to upgrade this size. He just, instead of stopping at 6, he just upgraded one of them to 7. So I would upgrade this side so that it matches the left side, and then I would bring up the lancer gear to a 6, both sides, 6. Or maybe a 665 would be fine. And then let's take a look at his infantry. So I mentioned that this guy is an older state, and when you hit generation 7 and you have a charm that is level 11, then the charm shop opens up. So like he did with the chief gear, where he intentionally raised one of his chief gear up high enough to open the chief gear exchange shop, he did the same thing with his charms. Now, if you are just starting out, I would probably recommend you do that for one of your marksman charms, just because that will have a big impact on your overall attack and lethality stats. It'll really improve your marksman attack, and that'll actually really support you in bear, in addition to just other times when you attack. But it's not wrong. Infantry, he's probably got, they have a natural increased health stat, but with the charm at 11, they're going to have an even higher health stat. And you are adding lethality to an infantry. They're probably still not like what I would call a killing machine, but they're probably more effective than my infantry in killing because they do have a much higher lethality than mine. But, infantry is not the ones that are going to be doing all the killing. So that's why I say to focus your charms on your marksmen and lancers. And I'm going to exclude that one charm because we know why he raised this charm up to a level 11. It's the little circle, kind of looks like an eyeball. And then he's got a 6 and a 5, which we've seen that before. We've seen a 6 here, and then, that was a 7. So he started to upgrade his infantry. And then over here, these are all 5. So, this entire side is all 5s. And then it looks like maybe he has, upgraded some of his marksmen, and he's either started to upgrade his infantry charms on this side, or he upgraded those first and then he went down to the marksman charms. It's impossible for me to tell. But so what I would probably suggest that he do is I would bring the marksman charms on both sides up to 676, both sides. Then I would upgrade the lancers to 6s all the way across on both sides. And then I would upgrade 1 or 2 of the infantry charms on this left side for the pants up to 6s as well. And then he can go and upgrade them all moving forward. Marksman, lancer, infantry. Or marksman, lancer, infantry, marksman, lancer, infantry. That would be fine too, right? Like everybody on the left side and then everybody on the right side. That would be also a way that you could do that. And but overall, I think he's, it looks really good. The changes in how I recommend that he's done makes sense, because it does appear to me that he was just trying to open those exchange shops. And those exchange shops are incredibly beneficial to everybody, but especially free-to-play players. I have 6,000 charm guides, and like 600 charm designs. So the exchange shop, when I get to 11, is really going to benefit me. Although the exchange rate isn't, great, it is better than having none of the charm design. So it does make sense that he did that, and I think that it probably has benefited him in the long run. And I think he's doing some really heading kind of the right way. But anyway, these are, again, just my thoughts and opinions. And it's based on things that I've learned from other people and things that I've researched. If you have a differing opinion, please, share it with me. I'm all about discourse, and I want to learn as much as I can about this game so I can get better. And I'm also really eager to help others get better and learn the game. And that's why I do these videos. So if you have questions and you want me to talk about something specific, please, drop a comment or send me a DM either in the game or on TikTok. I also have a YouTube where it's the same videos from TikTok. I just upload them there for people who don't have access to TikTok. This is a international game, and not everybody has access to TikTok. So I want to try to make it accessible for everybody. So feel free to share my videos if you have somebody in your group or your alliance that you think might benefit from them. And I hope you have a great day.